New at 5, the Puerto Rico triple murder suspect who prompted a massive police search in Providence weeks ago will spend the next several months in a Massachusetts jail. Pedro Torres returned to court this afternoon following his arrest in Fall River last week. Eyewitness News reporter Jared Pliner joins us live from Fall River with new details he learned from today's hearing.
Shannon, that's right. The judge decided to hold Torres for the next 4 months with that bail status reviewable come January the 5th. We also spoke with Rhode Island State Police once again tonight. They tell us they are in fact mulling additional charges in this case and investigation. They say Torres drove at some of their guys at the beginning of last month's manhunt. 36-year-old Pedro Torres back in Fall River Court Thursday, a man the Commonwealth and Puerto Rico say is wanted in a multiple homicide case in the U.S. territory. The Rhode Island Violent Fugitive Task Force's attempt to arrest Torres last month triggered a manhunt in downtown Providence. Rhode Island State Police tell us his girlfriend lives in the capital city. Police found Torres in Fall River last week, hiding in an apartment closet. An officer testified the apartment is tied to someone who had visited Torres in prison, and police tracked Torres' cell phone to a sparse unit.
We don't know what the beds or what appears to be living areas in any of the other bedrooms or any of the house. And was there anybody else located in the house? No.
Police say they found 2 guns, ammo, marijuana, scales, and a vacuum sealer, among other things. We asked Torres' family about that. Is he a drug dealer? They said they found drug dealing, things that were consistent with drug dealing in there.
That's not your business.
They said he was a public threat, that he's a danger to people. They chased him through Providence. He ended up here. Do you have anything to say about that? Puerto Rican prosecutors tell us they want Torres on active homicide and weapons charges. Torres has told his attorney the charges were dismissed.
There's still no real clear information as to why they believe he committed these crimes. We don't know when they occurred. We don't know if there were other people charged.
And as we've reported, Rhode Island state troopers did arrest Torres last year. He was extradited to Puerto Rico, and then he left and came back here. At 6 o'clock, while Puerto Rico continues to say Torres' claim of his case being disposed is wrong. Live at the Mobile Newsroom tonight, I'm Jared Pliner, Eyewitness News.
A wanted murderer fugitive out of Puerto Rico who triggered a massive manhunt in downtown Providence is ordered held without bail. And tonight, his attorney says there are still some questions that need to be answered. Eyewitness News reporter Jared Pliner is live in Fall River now with more details. Jared?
Mike, that's right. And we did ask the local DA, by the way, if they are anticipating the filing of any charges against anyone who could have aided Torres. They say that has not been brought to their attention, but Rhode Island State Police say they are mulling the possibility of charges against Torres for what they say was an attempt to drive into officers in Providence. Pedro Torres won't be going anywhere for the next 4 months at least. A judge in Fall River ordered that he be held until January, when the court will revisit bail. Torres was found hiding in a Fall River apartment closet last week. Police say with guns and drug paraphernalia close by after an August manhunt that began in Providence. Puerto Rico says it wants Torres in a 2014 multiple homicide case. Torres told his attorney it was dropped.
There's still no real clear information as to why they believe he committed these crimes. We don't know when they occurred. We don't know if there were other people charged.
We again spoke with Puerto Rican prosecutors today. They tell us Torres' charges are active and weren't dismissed, that there are co-defendants, that Torres skipped out on bail and house arrest. Rhode Island State Police back all of that up. We asked Torres' family about evidence seized from the Fall River apartment. Is he a drug dealer? They said they found drug dealing, things that were consistent with drug dealing in there.
That's not your business.
They said he was a public threat, that he's a danger to people. They chased him through Providence. And Puerto Rico says when he was arrested in Rhode Island last year and extradited to Puerto Rico, that a judge down on the island did deal a temporary setback to the prosecution. The prosecution appealed. And then the state says Torres, by that time, had already left. With the Mobile Newsroom tonight, I'm Jared Pliner, Eyewitness News.